The question is all about self-help groups. So out of all the three statements, what's right and what's wrong is what we'll look into it. And why the question now? Those of you happen to go through the budget speech of the finance minister. In fact, that is something mandatory. Going through at least the first chapter of economics. If you're really busy, one minimum thing we do expect any aspiring civil servant before going to preliminary examination, you should be thorough with at least the first chapter of economic survey. First chapter. But at least that gives you a comprehensive overview of the entire economic survey. And then the budget speech. These are two mandatory things that you are expected to go through before going into prelims. So the question is about self-help groups. But I think if you happen to go through the speech, the finance minister has taken a great pride in the recent achievements of self-help groups. Around 81 lakh self-help groups in India has benefited out of various initiatives. Maybe from the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, or maybe the scheme something like in South India that's very popular, especially in Andhra Pradesh. I have come across something called Dwakra, development of women and children in rural areas, and the National Rural Livelihood Mission. So there have been various initiatives the government have to bring in to promote these self-help groups and extend certain good amount of financial support to these self-help groups. So it is from that you could simply make a guess. I don't really mean to say that in such case everything that's part of budget speech why is not a question, but at least that gives you an idea, because that's a great achievement, isn't it? And that's how, in the context where the finance minister or simply the government itself is emphasizing more trust and Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, women empowerment. These things obviously try to be more and more important issues for the examination. So now coming to the first statement, self-help group program was originally initiated by SBI. No, it's not this commercial public sector owned commercial bank. In fact, it is NABARD somewhere in the year of 1992, if I'm not wrong. So that was an initiative of National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So henceforth, if you remove the State Bank of India or replace with NABARD, it would have been right. But since you have an SBI, so this cannot be constant. In an SHG, all members of a group take responsibility for a loan that an individual member takes. In fact, when it comes to the financial support extended by these so-called commercial banks or regional rural banks or any other bank for that matter, the support is extended not to individual members. In fact, it is extended to the group, and that particular credit is what is being distributed and shared among the people. So the SHG or the self-help group together happen to operate as a single account, or together happen to pool some of their money in the form of savings, and it is from these savings these so-called banks do extend a certain credit to the group bank. And it is this money that has been extended as a credit is shared among the members, and henceforth the liability is on the self-help group, and every member part of the self-help group is responsible to get the loan repaid. Alright, and henceforth in an SSG, all members of group take the responsibility, because the support is not extended to each and individual members, it is extended to the group as a whole. That's it. So henceforth, the second statement is the right statement. The reason rural banks and scheduled commercial banks support SHGs. What do you mean by support? The financial support. That's it. Okay. So all these banks do happen to support, and henceforth two statements. And I guess you could also make a guess when I say self-help group, because when it comes to individuals, maybe for the sake of empowerment of women, we have Startup India, Stand Up India, we have Mudra, isn't it? We have various initiatives when it comes to addressing individuals. But here in this case, clearly mentioned that's a self-help group. At least that's where you could able to figure it out. This support is more extended to the group as a whole. And I don't really think it would be difficult for you people to figure out the third statement has to be right. Maybe you might have a confusion related to it, but you could simply apply a simple logic. When they happen to emphasize on a group, you could make it out. This could be a most appropriate. Got it? That's it. So henceforth, B seems to be the most